Hello kids, today we are going to read the book Somebody Salute Stanley, which is written by Sarah Roberts. So, are you guys excited to read the book with me? Let's get started. Stanley swept into the sea with a splash and splash. Perhaps he is one of us, though the other jellyfish, but his stripes were too straight and his tentacles were too few. He just floated into the sea, not sure what to do. Then something terrible happened. Somebody swallowed Stanley, but who could it be? Her tongue was rough as barnacles. Her mouth was agape, and she hummed her low song. Stanley tried so be too brave. So who was swallowed? Stanley. The creature stopped singing as Stanley slid down her slimy throat. She coughed and she spluttered, and then whoosh! With a rush and rumble, steam burst from her spout. A whale had swallowed Stanley. But now what to do? Stanley dropped with a splash back into the sea, where he bobbed along gently, calm and carefree, until something terrible happened. Something swallowed Stanley, but who could it be? With a sharp yellow beak and a small beady eye, the creature slapped his wings and nose up to the sky. But who has swallowed this Stanley? He pecked and the snapped and the nipped, but Stanley couldn't go down. More creatures flew over, first two and then three. In all the flapping and swacking they let Stanley be. A squirrel had swallowed Stanley, but who could it be? Poor old Stanley was ripped off, scruffy and torn. He sank and he sank and he sank down some more. But something terrible happened before he reached the seafloor. Something swallowed Stanley again, but who could it be? Her paddle shaped flat skimmer. She had a beautiful stanky head. So who has swallowed the Stanley? She gasped and spluttered, then started to choke. But Stanley was stuck without much he could do. A turtle had swallowed Stanley. The creatures was scared and swam quickly to shore, with a stank stuck in her throat, but she couldn't breathe anymore. Oh no. The turtle closed her eyes and lay down in the sand, but then Stanley heard footsteps. Help was at hand. A kind boy on the beach came and toggled Stanley free, and then Stanley heard, "Plastic bags doesn't belong in the ocean blue. The creatures you are jellyfish and swallow you." Now with a rope and a branch he would make something else. A kite? Flying high in the air, Stanley scared. That's all. Thank